Breakers! I've gotten a couple questions about this one lately, so I figured it would be worth making a quick little rundown on it. I want to talk about a new system that's been introduced into Breaker 4. Love it, hate it. It's the hit combo bonus and break combo bonus. So these are, let's call them incentives for keeping up high combo strings and high destruction strings. Something to keep the flow of the game moving. Essentially, as you rack up hits, you start building your hit gauge, and on certain thresholds, it will level up. Now, this works with anything that's hitting the enemy. There are depreciating values on using the same attack over and over again, so eventually, you'll get less and less from the same action, so they want you to vary it up a little bit. And it comes in 9 tiers of flavor, each with its own unique buff. Excuse the look. I was testing to try to figure out what barrage skills are, and once again, I am angry and disappointed. It's these. It's these things that you can hold down for additional shots. It's so lame. Anyway, we'll wait for the gauge to drain. As you build up that gauge, as you hit each threshold, it will slowly start to drain down again. Additional hits will fill it back up, though as said, repeated actions will fill it less and less over time. When it gets down to the bottom of the gauge, you will have a few seconds before it gear shifts down to the previous level. Try to get an extra little hit in. Trying to maintain that high bonus is ideal. So we'll just run through them real quick. Hit, like I said, had 1 through 9 for levels. Level 1 gets you an improved attack power, 10%. Pretty dang nice. Number 2 gives you increased long-range gauge recovery, which by that they mean the speed at which your ammo refills on your guns. Always useful. 3 is 10% recovery on thruster. Also useful. 4, improved close-range reaction speed. That is how fast you are attacking. So let's just get this down real quick. Let's see how fast my combo is with it. Okay. Now let's let that gauge drop down a little bit. Down to 3. We'll see how fast my gauge is without it, or my combo is. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's a noticeable difference, for sure. 5 gets us cooldown reduction option skills. A big fat 20%. No one's gonna hate that. Level 6 provides improved EX gauge increase. I totally went too far on that by combining them. Essentially, anything that would increase your EX bar increases it by another 20%. Of course, using the same gun means it's going to be hard for me to plateau off. 7, this one took us a hot minute to figure out. It's listed as improved hit when combo hits. That makes no goddamn sense. The biggest hint we had was the actual buff description when you hit that tier, which you'll see. Is 1 second. So essentially, that's giving you an extra little buffer of time to keep that gauge going, making it easier to stay at those higher levels. Level 8. Break combo window up. That involves the break combo, and that's going to extend the time between destructions that we can spend to get that combo up. I'll explain that in a moment. And tier 9 is the big one. You get 2 attack boosts. One, which is a big, fat, raw 50% attack boost, and the other is a not as impressive 10% when you lose a part. That's fine, it's free. But that 50 is what you really want to strive for. Now that 50 also does not stack with Awakening. If I'm doing 18, 410 now, I'm just going to spend my Awakening so I can shut it off. I'm still doing 18, 410. It supersedes both your Awakening and any trance buffs you have as being the biggest possible buff. Now, on the other side of it, we have Break Meter. Break Meter is similar, that you need to perform an action to get the bar up, and it plateaus on different tiers. The rewards for this is all rarity. That first level improves drop rates across the board by 50%. No hating there. Level 2 has all parts drop by 100%, not counting materials. Full parts only. Tier 3 improves materials by 100. So now you're running on 150 on materials and parts. Like whack-a-mole. Tier 4's ability cartridge drops up by 100 too. Double the amount of ability cartridges being dropped. Those are those little purple guys that pop up. You'll get them closer near end game, and they help you distinguish your Gunpla with different buffs. And finally, 5 is improved rare item drop rate by 100%. So anything the drop tables consider rare is now a double chance of dropping. In addition, this break combo system is required for S ranking missions. You'll see down there in the corner I have that 0D and 0S. Normally during a mission, that S will tell you what the requirement for the S rank of that mission is. How many break levels you need to achieve. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can also be 6, 7, 9, 12, 14, 20. And it's whatever level of break you've made it to. Now if you're asking, hey, there's only 5 levels of break, how am I supposed to achieve 7? It's actually pretty easy. When you do cap out on that 5, if you allow me the chance to beat the crap out of these guys for a minute. Okay. Every time you would gain another level, every time you would go to that mythical imaginary 6, you will gain 1 more break. So that D rank 0 I have right now will be going up every time I would go up to 6. Gives you a lot more strategy in play of possibly needing to get a lot of enemies close to low health together and finish them in a rapid sequence, instead of just trying to burn one guy down as fast as you can. It also means going for those S ranks, you're going to want to pay attention to the ads instead of the specific boss targets if you really want to try to make sure you hit those S's. That's a 53 break combo. I hated that. Break combo, of course, also tends to drain a little bit slower than hit, so you can try to keep up that offense best you can. And that's a combo system. Hopefully it's not as obtuse as it seems at first, and something you learn to adapt to get the most out of your gameplay.